wrote this for you. I don't want you to hurt, so I'll give you this hope.
Hi everyone, welcome to Freedom Friday. I don't know why I do this every time I say it, because it's magical. This is my spirit fingers, my jazz hands. Okay, anyway. So today I'm going to go into a very deep and serious issue that I have struggled with for many, many years. I was diagnosed almost 16 years ago with clinical depression. And I had a few days this week where I had a little, maybe not necessarily an episode, but I had one of those moments where my body wanted to go into an episode and I was triggered. And so I thought to myself that, you know, when I started doing EFT, and I'm going to tell you this is the reason why it's been so amazing to me, is that when I started doing EFT, I was in the depths of my depression. And what happens in depression, or at least in mine, is, and I think in a lot of other people's, is that what happens is I'll go into this, basically I feel like my bed just sucks me in and I can't get out of bed and I don't have the energy to do anything. I can't give anything of myself. I am so low energy and I don't have the motivation to do something for myself, like even get out of bed, brush my teeth, get a shower. I can't even do any of that. So when I discovered EFT, this was one of the things that helped me. It was one of the things that I could do, because when I'm laying in bed, I can do this crazy tapping. Like I can do that while I'm laying in bed. I can say this stuff in my head if I have the power to say it out loud. That is the only bit of strength I have. So those last few days when I was feeling triggered, I came up with this really powerful EFT session that people can do not only when they're having a depressive episode, but if you've been diagnosed with depression, which millions and millions of Americans, millions and millions of people all over the world have been diagnosed with depression and are really going around suffering from depression and don't even know it, or it's been undiagnosed. So if this is something that you relate to, I really encourage you to make a daily practice out of this EFT. Do it for a month. Do it for a week. Do it as much as you can and kind of see the changes that may occur in your life and share them with me, because you know, this can be really powerful and it can really, really help a lot of people that are in our shoes. And that's really my goal. I mean, there's just millions of people that are suffering with depression and mental illness and anxiety and all sorts of things. And it's just really, I think, my job to heal myself and pay it forward. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm going to share this with you guys on Freedom Friday. So if you haven't signed up for Freedom Friday, or if you have friends that haven't signed up for Freedom Friday, that's fine. I encourage you to share this video with anyone that you think it will help, and come back to this video anytime you're having that depressive episode or just as a daily practice. So if you're not familiar with EFT, I'll go over the tapping points. We've discussed it before. You can Google it. It stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques. There's some information on DariaWaken.com about it as well. But the tapping points that we're going to be using today, we're going to be using our two fingers, the pointer finger and the middle finger. And the first point is going to be the start of the eyebrow, sort of on that bone. We're going to be tapping with a gentle pressure at least 5 to 7 times, probably more. The next will be the side of the eye, again, sort of on that bone, in between the bone and the temple. The next one is going to be below the eye, which again is still sort of on that bone. The next one will be under the nose. And then the chin, the sort of increase, indent in the chin. The next one, we're going to take our 4 fingers of each hand and tap around the collarbone just to ensure that we're getting that spot. The next spot is going to be under the arm. For the women, it will be sort of the bra line. So it's not the armpit, but just below that. And we're going to tap with the 4 fingers. And then the last one will be the crown of our head. We'll use the 4 fingers just to ensure that we're getting that. And so that's going to be the rounds. We're going to do 4 rounds. Typically, you'll see online a lot of things on YouTube or things like that. That's usually only 3 rounds, and typically I only do 3 rounds. What I'll do is I will tap out the stuff I don't want, or I'll get really honest about the stuff that I don't want, begin to tap that out, and then at the end, the last round, I'll tap in the good stuff. But as I was going through these, I really discovered that it was necessary to do 4 rounds with this. So the very first 3 affirmations that we're going to be stating is while we're tapping the karate point. So this, we're going to take our 4 fingers and tap the karate chop point. That's only going to be at the very beginning. And then we're going to do 4 rounds. So with that explanation, all you have to do is follow along, okay? It's been stated before by other EFT practitioners. By the way, I'm not an EFT practitioner. I just do EFT all the time. I'm a practicer of EFT. And there have been a lot that say you don't need to repeat the affirmation if you don't have the strength to do it. If you really are in a depressive episode right now and you just don't have the strength to do it, then don't do it, and just listen and focus on the words that I'm saying. But for me, it always helps to say it out loud. If you can say it in your head, whatever. So what we're first going to do is have you rate your suffering or your experience, the thing that you don't want to feel. Rate that on a scale of 1 to 10. So really get into your body. Feel what the physical feeling feels like in your body. Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being, it's not really affecting me too much, it's not so bad. And 10 being, this is unbearable. Okay? And then we're going to, what I like to do with any EFT session or any clearing techniques, I always like to set a prayer or an intention. So what I would like to do is ask that the divine energy, loving and healing energy of the universe come and assist us in this healing for everyone right now and at any moment that is watching this video and tapping through this in order to relieve themselves. We ask that you just be with us in that. So that's the intention that I like to set. If you would like to set your own intention, how you would like to feel at the end of this, that would be perfect. So we're going to start. I want us to take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And we're going to start tapping the karate chop point. And repeat after me. Even though I have this depression, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even though I have this depression, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. Even if you don't believe it, you can still state the affirmation. One more time. Even though I have this depression, I deeply and completely love, forgive, and accept myself. And we're going to stop tapping and take a deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And begin tapping at the start of the eyebrow. This depression. Focus on the words that I'm saying. Repeat after me. This depression. Side of the eye. This self-isolation and hiding from the world. Under the eye. These bouts of tears and crying for no apparent reason. Under the nose. This lack of energy. Under the chin. This loss of hope. Collarbone. This lack of worthiness and love for myself. Under the arm. These negative thoughts whirling around in my mind, constantly reliving the pain from the past and worry of the future. These negative thoughts whirling around in my mind, constantly reliving the pain from the past and worry of the future. Top of the head. This living in fear. Now we're going to stop tapping and take a deep breath in. You may be experiencing a lot of emotions right now. That's okay. They've got to come out of you at some way. We're going to do another round. Begin tapping. And repeat after me. This fear is merely an illusion I've chosen to believe in and allowed to rule my life. This fear is merely an illusion I've chosen to believe in and allowed to rule my life. Side of the eye. I created this fear. I created this depression. Under the eye. I created this depression in order to cope with the things that made me uncomfortable. Take a deep breath on that one. I created this depression in order to cope with the things that made me uncomfortable. Good. Under the nose. I have chosen to imprison myself with fear and depression, and only I can free myself by tapping into my inner power. I have chosen to imprison myself with fear and depression, and only I can free myself by tapping into my inner power. Now the chin. I created this depression and I choose to create new healthy ways to cope with the things that make me uncomfortable, like doing EFT. I created this depression and I choose to create new healthy ways to cope with the things that make me uncomfortable, like doing EFT. Collarbone. Breathing's important through this. I choose to free myself. I choose to live free of suffering. I choose to free myself. Now we're going to stop tapping. Take a deep breath in. We're halfway there. Ready? Begin tapping. I choose to take back the power of my own life and my own mind. Side of the eye. I am getting comfortable with being uncomfortable. Under the eye. As thoughts run through my mind, I have the choice to believe them or not. Under the nose. I choose to believe only the thoughts that evoke love, peace, and joy within me. Now to the chin. I choose joy instead of depression. Collarbone. I choose peace instead of chaos. Under the arm. I choose love instead of fear. Top of the head. I choose love instead of this. Deep breath, stop tapping. We've got one more round. You might be feeling some tingling. You may have cried. You may have coughed. You may have yawned. These are the things that have to happen for your body to let these emotions go. You may have a little cotton mouth. That's what I get, a little dry mouth. One more round. Here we go. Begin tapping. We're tapping in the good here. I am worthy. I am enough. I am energized with positive energy. Now, if you have the strength to smile, put a smile on your face. Deep breath in. I am peace. Under the nose. I am clarity. I am love. I am grateful. I am pure joy, laughter, and happiness. I'll tap the top of our heads. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, take that deep breath in and out. Make sure you're drinking an entire glass of water. There's lots of chemical changes going on, lots of energetic changes going on. Rate that suffering on a scale of 1 to 10 once again. Hopefully it's gone down a little bit, and we can continue to tap on this until it's all the way down. Come back to this every single day. You will not regret it. I really hope that this helps you, and that if you have been in a depressive episode at the moment that you started this, and now maybe you're able to get up and go brush your teeth or do something for yourself, that's really a goal of mine. I want to thank the loving, healing, universal energy for being here with us today, and I wish you all the best and a happy, happy Freedom Friday.
Look how far I've come. I was just like you, lost and alone, searching for love. And no matter how hard I tried, it was no use. Did God just hate me? But I was just like you, lost and alone.